teardrops. All right. Hello. Welcome in. Welcome. Oh yeah, I did have that up too. It was at the right level the first time, but I was second guessing myself. Nope. I know better. I should know better. Hey, what's up, everybody? How are you guys doing? How's my honey bunnies? How are you guys doing? Oh, that's what I was missing. I was like, something's missing, and I was like, oh, I don't have rings on or a necklace. I'm just kind of bearing it right now. Whoops. Did some content yesterday with my more mask self. Looked fucking awesome. Really stoked to do that like neck crack transition thing again, but do it with him. It's gonna be incredible. I'm like really stoked about it. I think it's gonna turn out really well. I've been trying to get like more back into like the transition videos before I start, you know. Hi, Nugget. Oh, he brought me a toy. Hold on. I know. What's this? Yeah. Okay, here. I need to go out here and throw this because I can't. It's his little toy that he loves playing fetch with. I'm like, oh, I can't help it. Once he brings it in, I'm like, I'm not gonna tell him no. Tell your ex to bring you all this shit. Fuck yeah. I love that. Good for you. Good for you for fucking laying down the law, because that was some bullshit. That was incredibly stupid. What the fuck? Just fucking be honest. Right, Nugget. Right. Just be honest. Oh my god. Fucking men! Ugh. They kill me. Right? Yeah. Absolutely insane. Fucking men, man. Swear to God. That's just a whole lot of them, honestly. It's a whole lot of them. Fucking get that money. Exactly. Get that money, teardrops. Fuck that shit. That's fucking nuts. God, all you have to do is just be genuine, you know? Like, be fucking genuine. God damn, dudes. Like, I don't understand. I don't get it. What's today? I was like, what even fucking day is it? Oh, it's Wednesday. So I got a message, like an email, today, and it was like, oh, by the way, here's all you need to know for your upcoming show this Friday. And I was like, oh, fuck. So I, like, quite a few months ago, once I started to kind of really get into talking and being on like on live every single day, once I started that back in August, I think I bought the tickets, and I was like, I really want to go see Jordan Klepper. Like, I fucking love Jordan Klepper. Yeah. And so I bought these tickets, totally forgot about it. I got no reminders, and I'm so glad that I got this email, and I was like, oh shit. So I had to tell RJ that I will be down in South Carolina for the event after the show. So I'm going to be coming in quite late. I might in theory do the show, watch that, then come home, and yeah, Friday. The con is Saturday and Sunday. But anyways, what I'm gonna probably do is go to the show, probably I might end up just coming home and just saying fuck it. I don't know why hold on, let me like reset my settings. There we go. No. There you go. Good job, camera. Jesus, it's like it's facing this direction, but I'm in the. Put me in the box. And excellent. All right. No more box for me. No. Jordan Klepper, Friday. So I'm not going to be streaming Friday. Heads up, just a heads up. Just FYI, because it's at 7, I think. 7 or 7:30. I'm sorry. I might have piece ripped before I came on. As you can see, I'm a little green. Night travel is easier and faster, but I like getting up in the morning and driving during like sunrise and shit. So if I get a good night's sleep, then I'm great for it. But yeah, I saw that they dropped a few charges on our boy Luigi. Look at him. I actually took this one from Abby. He didn't want to separate him from the crew, and I was like, I don't care. I just want Luigi. He's like, okay. I was like, but yeah, I stole him from him. So he's like actually like super articulated and whatnot. He's a cutie pie. Yahoo! Anyway, so Yahoo for Luigi. I really hope that because apparently, and I haven't been following the case really, so like I could be slightly off on some of this. Which I do have to offer a kind of retraction in a hot second. But anyways, from what I'm gathering is that a bunch of shit has to be thrown out because they didn't read him his Miranda rights at all until like very like middle of the thing. Hey Leia, till like the middle of the investigator, like the questioning and shit. So I'm kind of wondering if he's gonna be just let go. Exactly. Luigi did nothing wrong, but like during the questioning, they didn't even read him his Miranda rights. So I was like, bye. Let him out. Let him the fuck out. I hope he gets out completely. I really hope so. Because a lot of the lower courts for things that are like political right now, a lot of the lower courts I'm noticing they're like the dude that threw the sandwich in the cop's face, they dismissed all the charges. They were like, he did nothing wrong. Dismissed. And that was like during the Revolutionary War, whenever we were doing shit like that. So yeah, not submitting evidence in court. Illegal search. Yep. No warrant search either. 17 minutes to read his rights. Right. So yeah, I mean, that's crazy, and I'm glad, like, good. Let him go. Because again, one, he did nothing wrong, and two, that fucking CEO has more blood on his hands than most fucking soldiers. And as someone that worked in the healthcare field, he can suck my ass. He's dead. But he can kiss my ass. Suck my ass. I don't give a shit. It doesn't matter. He's not here anymore. Terrible. But I don't care. I really don't. Because he has more blood on his hands than anybody else. And on top of that, watching, in the healthcare field, watching kids suffer because they can't have what they need to literally live because they don't have coverage or they don't whatever. And this dude's on fucking yachts while children are literally dying. How you died doesn't make you a hero. It's how you lived and what you stood for. Yup. I'm very much, one of my favorite horror movies is Saw, and that's quite literally the whole thing of Saw, is cherish your life, do good with your life, or else John's gonna come and snatch you up, and then Billy's gonna come in and Oh, I love Billy so much. But Blonde Billy. Let's take a gander at Blonde Billy once more. Yeah. He's so wrong, but you make me so happy. That's the one from SoCal. That's the SoCal Billy. You can suck the farts right out of my ass. Exactly. But like, there are so many times that he could have changed the way that they do things or pushed for legislation, but instead he's paying people to legislate and to push for us getting fucked over left and right. I mean, how many of us are dying in the streets of preventable illnesses, but we can't have it because, oh, this CEO needs another yacht, guys. This is rude of us to, like, how fucking selfish are we? He needs another yacht. Batman said something about dying a hero or living long enough to become a villain, I think. Yeah. But yeah. Anime, absolutely. Absolutely. And, oh, man. And Jesus fucking Christ. Oh, the retraction. So the slaying of, and I really wish that I would have wrote this down, and I was today, like, they actually have work for us now, and I'm not actually able to watch the news, but the 2 hangings, apparently, Trey Reed, apparently both of his legs weren't broke, but there is, because both of those are not getting coverage. I'm not seeing fucking anything about it. And did they release it? Hold on. Autopsy of black man hung at Delta State may not be ready for 2 more days, damn it. I, like, you probably saw, I was like, oh my god, what did that say? But the family paid to have a new autopsy done because from what we are hearing, and there are, like, all these fucking conflicting accounts, nothing is being covered on this properly at all, which is fucking sus as hell. I think I just put a smudge on my fucking contact. Hold tight. Which is fucking ridiculous, because that just proves to me that there's some fucking shady shit going on. 2 men, 1 a black man, after, like, I would not suggest listening to it. Neither is Evergreen, exactly. It's so wild to me, but there's conflicting evidence of, like, his family is saying that a leg and an arm was broken, or 2 of his arms were broken. I think his cousin went online and said that they're saying that it was both of his arms and a leg, but he's bruised everywhere. That's the one thing that's, like, the steady information. And if this autopsy comes back that he had, like, broken limbs, because the original thing the cops told the family is that he died of a suicide in his dorm room. Now, mind you, people unfortunately pass from unaliving because, I mean, we're living in a fucking rough time. So if that was the case, I would have believed it slightly more. Because we're living in hell. And if you're any slight minority, right now you're watching even your own side turn on you with everything. And even I'm seeing it, and I'm normally very passing completely enough that I skate by unscathed. I am now being, getting my knees skinned. I'm in the game now. Like, I've always kind of been able to kind of, like, and that's incredibly lucky of me. And did I really use that privilege? I'm going to be honest with you, no. I should have. Now I'm doing it now, though. Because I'm like, fuck it, let's roll out, bitches. If I didn't learn from anything, it was this. Yeah, the death toll in Gaza passed 65. Jesus Christ. Hey, Dunn. They're finally calling it a genocide, officially. The UN, officially. So now that is the official thing. It's fucking unfathomable, dudes. It's unfathomable. I can't, like, it's crazy. But anyway, sorry. Getting back on topic. So Trey Reed, his family is paying for this autopsy, so we're gonna see in possibly 2 days as to what that says. And I can't. Something is screaming at me, and it's the pickleball court. He was hanging by the pickleball court, and that is a primarily white person sport. You know what I mean? There's something is screaming at me about the pickleball court, and I just need it to be known. I don't know. I don't know. Hi, Kaiju. Probably because they're suppressing me. They're like, she's getting too close to the truth. Bitch, I've always known. I went down conspiracy rabbit holes, but yeah, I mean, I've already been there. But, yeah, like, I don't know anything about it, but, like, whenever my brain is screaming at me, which I always say it's my gods, it might just be my intuition, whatever you want to call it, but to me, it's my gods. They're screaming at me, there's something with the pickleball court. And I don't know what it is. Something. Yeah, we're all on the list. I don't give a fuck. No, I don't give a shit. You know, and... But anyways, so there's not much on the homeless death, but then last night, we're going to start seeing shit happen every single day, so everybody strap in and strap up. I was going to say strap on. Strap on, too. Fuck it. Let's go. Let's fucking roll. You know what I mean? That could be it. Yeah, Kaiju. Because that is the darker corners of the internet. Meat Canyon freaks me out a little bit. Sometimes they're funny, and I'm like, okay, I can get into this. But most of the time, it's like, oh, I hate this. Their Grimace one, I still have, like, nope, I hate it. Yeah, what are they gonna do? Exactly. They can't release the files, yeah, apparently. But I think that we're going to start seeing shit happen every single fucking day. I wish I was joking. I wish that was hyperbole, or fear mongering. I don't know, but I think something's going to happen every single day. So everybody keep your fucking heads on a swivel. I don't want to see anybody go. But there were two shootings in Minneapolis of homeless camps. After fucking Brian Kilmeade on Fox News said that we need to euthanize the homeless. Which, by the way, all you motherfuckers, we're all one paycheck away from being homeless. All of us, including you. So, fucking sit down and learn some fucking knowledge. Because you're gonna, like... Swear to God. I swear to God. People need to, like, refocus and learn some shit. I need people to wake the fuck up and realize that you need to get with the times. You're just harboring old ideology that doesn't work for the times anymore, bud. Snap out of it. Throw away your clamshell phone. Get a smartphone and look shit up on Google. Oh my God. But don't use the AI generated whatever. Get in there, bro. If you want to learn some fucking knowledge, deep search topics. Get in there. Like, you should probably get into your woman's pussy, but you're not because you're a dick and you probably don't have a girl. Can we please focus? Get in those books, bro. Fucking God damn. They're all in the files. Kaiju 1000%. Brian Kilmeade, the fact that he has not seen any type of negative backlash from this, he said a absolute dipshit apology. Absolute dipshit apology. And then fucking there was one newscaster that got fired for using Charlie Kirk's words, like literally quoting him, and she lost her job. Of course, it's a black woman. Of course. Not shocked. Fucking Jesus Christ. You're like absolutely insane. These people won't wake up. Yeah, because they don't want to be woke. And they're acting like it's such a fucking, like, totally awful thing. When in reality, like, Bernie Sanders did this whole fucking thing in West Virginia and, like, literally was talking to people. And they're like, wow, you're nothing like what we've always been told you were. And they're all like, we really want healthcare for all of us. And he's like, that's what I'm here for. Like, and they're like, holy shit, this is, and that's the thing is, like, they don't realize how screwed over they're becoming. Because, like, West Virginia, who now primarily votes, Republican, they're left in the dust. And the thing is that they are screaming that they're gonna bring back coal, but I hate to break it to you, buds. It ain't gonna be you. It ain't gonna be you that goes in those mines anymore. You know who's gonna go in those mines? Probably robots. You know how they're making those human-sized robots? And they're able to hold boxes and shit? Because here's the thing. Paying your family out for you being cut in half in the middle of a fucking mine and dying down there, paying your family out and paying you all that money hourly, and since there's unions, paying your union costs and shit, do you think that that's going to happen? No. There's going to be robotics involved. You're not going to be the ones getting those jobs. Hate to break it to you. Mark my words. Mark my fucking words. Coal miners, ones I lived with, friends of mine, those jobs are going to go bye-bye because they're going to be in robotics. Mark my fucking words. Yeah, your teardrops, you're probably also right. It's probably going to be children as well, but I think that they're going to go with robotics for mining. There's too many risks, and not to mention robots and big mining equipment that have replaced a lot of those jobs. Those are just going to be upped because it's going to be easier to pay the cost to get these big mining equipment and just have them do it rather than pay the employees their health benefits and then their inevitable mortuary, money for when they have an accident. That's what I would do. If I was a big fucking business tycoon and I wanted to keep money and I wanted to hoard that shit, paying the least amount of people is the way that you're gonna go. You see it every single day. I've seen it even in healthcare. You work one person to fucking death. You cut everyone else. I was the only person on midnight shift in my hospital as far as phlebotomy went. One lab tech, one phlebotomist. If I couldn't get your blood, that's it. That's it. I don't know what else to do. That's how you do it. You just fuck over everybody. That's how these fucking billionaires get to where they're at. That's literally, I see it play out every single time. But that's how I do it if I was going to be an asshole. I would not be able to handle that. I would not be able to look at myself in the mirror. There would be no mirrors in my house. I would end up like the Phantom of the Opera, down in a cold, wet sewer with half my face covered. Like, just being just gone mentally. I don't think I could handle it. I think I would freak the fuck out. Patel is grossly underqualified for his job. He's absolutely incompetent. That was their strategy. And yeah, well, one of the things with Patel, and I said this, but not on live because I wasn't really doing this at the time. Patel is the fall guy. And I think he's starting to realize that. Because guess what? What's the difference? He thought he was white enough. And he's not. And they're going to have him as a fall guy. That's what they do. That's what they fucking do. And they're calling for his resignation. They're calling for his resignation. And I read some comment and they were like, I'm surprised Pete Hegseth isn't going to be the first one out. And I was like, really? Hold on. You thought the white man would kick out the other white man before he kicked out the brown man? Where the fuck have you been these 600 years since Columbus hit our fucking shores? What fucking asshole, rest in piss. But he was a scapegoat. Once they put him in, I was like, oh, I know who's going out first. It's over. Those interviews the past 2 days have been fucking brutal, and he's snapping because I think he knows. I think he's starting to realize that this is over for him. That this is, Parks and Rec and looks and yeah, he does. Yeah. Although I do love that actor. Unless he said some fuck shit, and then in case I'll turn on a dime. Is that right? Yeah, can we get a cool sci-fi aesthetic? Yeah, thank you, Dunn. Exactly. We need to be suffering in style at bare minimum. Should we just, start something and just see if it starts taking off? Hey, Tiff! Oh, no worries. No worries. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I'm actually very impressed with, my makeup quality today. As I realized that there was, a darker green spot right there that's not supposed to be there. No! It's fine. It's fine. I'm not worried about it. Hegseth is going at some point, but he's definitely being saved for later. Absolutely. I think if I was... Hold on. Trump top staff. It's like, what the fuck are you asking me? No, I just need to see pictures. Okay. I wanna see if I can call it. I wanna see if I can call it. Okay. Let me use my powers of not only intuition, but I've been in this a thing. No, I need photos. I don't want I need a listing. Oh. Oh, hold on. Oh shit, I have to probably add Trump's staff as of September 17th, 2025, because apparently we have to be that specific. Here we go. I need their fucking names. I don't remember every single one of them. I might be able to. Hold on. I might be able to. Let's see this. Huh. All right. Oh, are those two dudes still on there? So I know Kash Patel's gonna be gone real soon. I think. Oh God, this chick, this one. she's going possibly next. She's possibly going next. Marco Rubio, Jesus Christ. He's gonna be middle. I think he's gonna be in the middle. Dog killer chick. We're gonna have something tragic happen. And I really hope I'm wrong. I hope it's just something, but she's tied in with the tragic, like, with doing the weather, and, or not doing the weather, but, like, getting FEMA and shit like that. Something's going to happen. We're gonna have a weather storm, or something's gonna happen, and she's gonna fumble so badly that whatever, and it's going to be kind of like the Texas thing, but I think it's going to be on a slightly larger scale, and I really hope I'm fucking wrong. Please, God, let me be fucking wrong. But I feel it in my bones, and I've felt it in my bones for a little too long now, and it's just, this feeling is just sneaking a little bit every day, and I'm like, oh God, please, God, not this. I always worry about New Madrid going off, too, so I could just be, like, doomsday prepping, because I worry about fucking New Madrid going off. And then Southern Illinois, my mom just going into the depths of the earth, and I can't handle that right now. So, anyways. I think something that she's going to be probably in the middle, but I think it's going to be somewhere in the middle, like, probably next spring. I'm going to say next spring. RFK is probably going to... I don't think he's going to make it to the end, but I feel, unfortunately, he's probably going to make it pretty close to the end of everything. At least of Trump's presidency. I don't know if he's going to last. And I kind of hope that he does in a weird way. And I'll explain my point. So I was like getting ready to go to sleep. And my brain goes, if he passes away, things are going to get significantly worse because of J.D. Vance. But because Trump is kind of, I don't know. But something in my brain was like, he'll make it worse. And I was like, oh, please, Jesus Christ. Let this hell stop. But that's kind of, like, I don't know anybody else as far as that. I think Carolyn Levitt is going to walk away. I think she's going to try to get knocked up so she can take leave. Because there's something in my soul that just feels like, not that she's a good person. I don't think she's a good person. No. But I think that it's so... the stress is wearing on her face. It's very clear that she is over the top stressed. She knows that there's a lot, like, all the lies too. And I feel like she doesn't care because she cares to push that agenda. But I think it's too much. There's too much for her to keep straight, and too much. I think it's too much for her, and I think she's going to step down. Or she's going to find a way to step down. Hegseth is that guy that you don't want to sit next to you at the bar. Absolutely. Maya, how are you doing? Both in talk hard. Yeah. Absolutely. I think that is. I agree. It's going. We're hanging out. We're doing a thing. Doing the thing. Yeah, it would get worse than it already is. I think that he's kind of cock blocking everything from, like, getting worse because they have to kind of keep him wrangled and corralled. And I think that is taking up a lot more than what they realize. Thank you so much. Oh no. I don't know why my sound alerts aren't working. Did it go through? I never can tell. It should. I have my sound alerts on. If not, I got it. Apparently I don't. What the fuck is happening with my thing? Anyway. Dora, you had therapy today? Good for you. Hell yeah. I hope that went very well. I hope you found some, you know, whatever you need from it. There we go. There's my points. I don't know why it's not working. Hopefully that's not too loud. There we go. How many days do I stream in a week? I stream Monday through Friday. However, this Friday, I will not be here because I'm going to be seeing Jordan Klepper live. So I'm really stoked about that. I love it. He's funny as hell. He has me fucking rolling on the Daily Show. Like he's one of my favorites on the Daily Show. Him and Ronnie and oh my god. Actually, you know what? I love all of them on that show. They're always fucking hysterical. That whole crew is hilarious. Ronnie Chang, I think, would probably be my favorite because he just, like, he does angry so well that it just makes my heart sing. I'm just like, yes, be mad. I love it. I love it. I will start playing some games on stream starting October. All right, done. Have a good night. Yeah, I will start probably playing games on stream in October. More so during the day, but I have to figure out exactly when I'm feeling like that's going to be my good time slot. But it won't be every single day. But I might do like Tuesday and Thursday just so it's like a double T. Just so it's easy to kind of remember. But yeah, I'm going to try to figure out what's going to work best for my schedule and getting things like that. But we'll be doing a lot more fun streams during the day. And then probably doing, you know, just random stuff at night, whether or not that be like talking news or things that are happening in the cosplay community or like things that are happening in the faction figure community. Things are, you know, things like that. Things that pertain to life and the pursuit of happiness. I don't know. Cosplay stresses me out, but I love it. I love it. Nevertheless. But yeah. No, a lot of stuff will be changing a little bit. You know, just like little tweaks here and there in October whenever I do this full time. So if you want to shoot me your work, that is totally fine. But right now I am not looking to get any artwork done. So we are currently closed for doing that. But yeah. He has eyeliner though, right? It's facts. Facts. What was I saying? I totally lost my train of thought. Oh, I had the most wild theory today, and there's nothing in this entire universe that's here to support it. There is nothing that I've read. There is nothing that I have seen, but I saw one random blurb on the internet from one random comment that I was like, I'm going to roll with that. That's what I'm going to do. But, I was talking about Carolyn Levitt, but I was already off on that subject. But, someone had wrote the reason that CK was offed is because he was cheating on his wife with Candace Owens, and so she hired a hit on him, and also to murder him. And I was like, she has made billions of dollars off of his death, by the way. Do you know that? Billions. She did a GoFundMe, and it has billions. Or like a Ghost Gibson Go, or whatever the right wing psychopath one is for, you know what I mean? But like, yeah, billions of dollars. And I was like, holy shit, dude. Saying, yeah, no worries, absolutely. You are welcome to send me any art that you like. I always preface that just in case, because I don't want to, like, if someone's doing a spiel, then I don't want to, like, waste your time. But yeah, like, I read that and I was like, you know what? Candace Owen is the only one that's really, like, at the forefront of really, like, go, like, I don't know. She's kind of, she's on a tangent, dudes. Have you heard some of the shit that she said? She's like, he started to speak out against the Epstein files, which originally I think I said that he said that he didn't want the Epstein files to come out, but apparently it wasn't him that said it. But he was apparently pushing for the Epstein files to come out, which, wow, good job. You wanted one good thing. Fucking mediocre. But anyways, she's like the only one like screaming at like all about all this shit and about like Israel and like all this stuff. And now someone was like, another like a black creator was like, Candace, you better like, because you might be next, girl. And I was like, holy shit. And I started thinking, I was like, oh my god, what if? Like, that would be so fucking crazy if it was like, and honestly, like the shooter, that like text exchange, sus. It was sus. I don't believe it. And it's coming from our government. No, I don't believe it for one fucking second. He changed his mind. He supports and trusts his friends in the administration. So I thought that was it, is that he gave it up. But some people are saying that he was actually fighting for it. And I was like, I don't know if he was or not, but I think it was an inside job. No matter who it was, I think it was an inside job. But there's nothing to back that up, because the shooter isn't talking at all. All of this stuff, he's not talking. He's literally not saying anything. So they don't know. No one actually fucking knows. He's just not talking. So yeah, ChatGPT wrote that. There's no fucking way. And also there were inconsistencies too. The uwu was spelled OWO on that, but he spelled it UWU on the encasings. So, and there were like a few other inconsistencies on that too. But that was the one that stood really far out to me. And I was like, no, this is sus. They're definitely placing that. That's not, I don't think so. I don't think so. Now, they were, I hate to fucking say it, but like, they were like, no one uses the term like my love. And I was like, I do. I like to talk like a nobleman from like the 14th century sometimes. Whenever I'm flirting. I can't help it. I can't help it. I want to be fancy. I'm not. But I want to pretend. Just for a little bit. Just for a little bit. I want armor. Anyway. But yeah, like all of this shit, I'm like, this is, it just doesn't, none of it makes sense. None of it fucking makes sense. I don't believe a fucking word of this administration. I don't believe that note was written by a, 20-year-old? And every, there were tons of teachers in the comments of various articles and things, and they were like, I teach high school, there's no way that this was written by a kid nowadays. And I'm like, God damn, the teachers are coming out going, fake. It's fake. Get it out. It's crazy. Crazy shit. Crazy shit. I don't believe it for one bit. Not one bit. But I will hold on to that, that his wife possibly got him popped because he was cheating on her with Candace Owens. How very progressive in my headcanon. Oh my God. What a wild time we live in. All of this is so similar to, a TV show. This almost feels so fucking scripted. Hey, RJ. It feels very scripted at this point, where I'm just like, this, what happened? Do what now? Is this life? Oh my God. What the fuck? What the actual fuck is happening? Oh my God. But yeah, I really hope that, going back, I really hope that family finds out if there's no way a black man hung himself out in the middle of fucking, open. Same thing with the white dude too. In Mississippi. Spain canceled their arms deal with Israel. Fantastic. I love that. Good. Fucking cancel it all. Cancel it all. That's, at this point, why are we this far? That even, with Russia too, why are we doing this? Nobody is strong enough to take on the entire world. You're not going, what, you want us to all speak Russian? Fucking, no thank you. Jesus fucking Christ. 800 million, fuck yeah. Get them where it hurts. The fact that they waited this long, though. Don't like that. But, hey, welcome aboard, I guess. That's how I feel every time that someone switched sides and they're like, actually, you were right, Jenna. And you're like, this is kind of an extremist thing. And I'm like, well, glad to have you on board. Your first drink is free, now you have to pay. I'm not dealing with anything. It's just, oh my God, it's so tiring. It's so fucking tiring. But, I mean, at least we have our First Amendment, right? They're trying to punish everybody on the left, and the thing is, the right has backed themselves into a impasse. What is happening now is they're talking about how you don't get to say that you're not going to print flyers of Charlie Kirk. Your business won't. So if I own a paper business and I say I'm not going to print Charlie Kirk photos and you throw a Fiat, guess what? Thanks, Republicans. I'm allowed to refuse service. Anytime I want. For any fucking reason I want. Because you did that, bitches. You fucking did that. Wow. Also, but you can say no to a gay cake. That's fine. But we can say no to printing out your fascist ideologies. That is so fucking stupid. Have you seen the dudes with the receipt thing? Oh my God. I'm about ready to say the hottest fucking take. The hottest fucking take. Well, one of my hottest fucking takes. But there is a guy, I guess there's like a whole bunch of gym bros. Gay cakes does sound good. I guess there are a bunch of gym bros that are telling each, like, they're saying, like, you can't touch receipts because it will make you gay. Hold on. My theory, my hottest take, my hottest theory. Every single human being on this planet is some form of gay. And I'm not talking about straight. I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about like, oh, a girl dressed up as a boy is hot. No, 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 no. I'm saying everyone has their past that they want. Like, every dude looks at certain dudes and they're like, I'd let him. A lot of straight dudes that I've brought this up to, I'm like, Jason Momoa. And they're like, okay. Or they're like, no. And I'm like, Clint Eastwood. And they're like, oh, shit. I can prove it. Every which way. And also, every girl that's like, I'm not gay at all. 2 tequila shots, that bitch is down my throat. The amount of times, whenever I was in my early 20s and shit. But like, the amount of times I've seen it and had it happen to me in real time, and I'm like, huh. Yeah. It's my hottest take, as everyone is. Everyone. And whenever you do shit like that, and you're like, I can't touch receipts because it'll make me gay. I'm sorry to break it to you, bud. Flags are on your left, and the gay cake is on the right. Go ahead and get you out to peace. You're probably a bottom. Sorry to break it to you as well. Because if you're that, like, scared of being gay, you're already there, bud. Just admit it, because there's cake. And we have flags. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. Did I walk into something? Get your cake, RJ. Cake and the flag. Flag's on the left. Cake's on the right. Like, like, but I've always had that kind of like, that kind of theory. And then if you try to fight me on that, I also have one saving throw. Look at this. Fucking dice. Saving fucking throw, bitches. I rolled a 6. That's not the point. Point is that if you think that you're not, I have a room for you. Welcome to asexuality land, where I have just about everyone else in this fucking room. Boom. I win. That's me. That's me. Clint Eastwood now. No, I'm just saying, like, it just like anytime I would say Clint Eastwood, they would always be like, oh yeah. Like, they would think of him as like the rugged cowboy, that style of guy. And also, speaking of which, that one dude that wrote that Let's Hang Him song, but if you haven't heard it, Jesus, I hope that you don't. But I have never seen a more Twinkie looking dude in my life. And I hope that he realizes whenever he's done deep throating some more alpha male's ding dong and he lets go of that fucking ponytail, you're gonna be hanging there too. So, like, bro, get with the fucking program. Get with the fucking program. Yeah, don't look at it. I was like, also, I think that dude's a twink. Look at him. Like, in my brain, I was like, closeted. And then the worst part, there was a black man in the video, and I still have to rewatch it for like the 100th time to make sure that my eye, and I'm not gonna have the volume up. I just want, and it's gonna be on a black creators Instagram because that's where I've been watching them. I've been watching bits and pieces on like actual black creators doing like stitches with it, but so they're getting the content for it, so you know. But I swear to God, there was a black dude in the background, and I was like, who's gonna tell him? Do I have to? Am I always the one? Fucking hell. Twinkies and ding dogs. It's always the twinks with the words that they can't back up or they contradict themselves. You know what, though? Teardrops, you're pretty much ace at this point. I have news for you. Remember that one time I touched your cheek and you were like, oh. And I was like, oh, sorry, I didn't realize. You're like, don't do that to me. And I was like, oh, sorry. Proven. Proven. Because you're straight, yeah? I'm taking that as a win. I'm just saying. But yeah, no. For like the amount of people that are ace and they don't even realize it is just fucking incredible. It's a lot of people I know. But yeah, it's just I just don't get it. I don't get it. Like if you guys would realize that what you're saying and doing is fucking abhorrent and that we are moving past that as a society and moving past that as a culture because we want everyone to feel safe in their environments that they're in. If you could just get that through your thick, palm-colored fucking skull. It's not giving up your right to exist, you fucking imbeciles. Like, Jesus Christ. It's literally just, if you're bigoted, research it. Ask yourself why. That's all you have to do. Just some self-reflection. No, it's too hard. Feel like you might be ace sometimes. Sex isn't really a priority anymore. Obviously, there's a relations, but I don't need... Yeah, exactly. Like, asexuality is like way more common than most people even have a clue. Oh, those actually repel each other. They don't like each other. Anyway. But yeah. You're always relaxing. Yeah, but yeah, I feel like if you just got that through your fucking thick skull instead of just being like, well, I'm gonna own libs. Well, guess what? You're gonna own yourself into poverty, just like the rest of us. Okay? If you're not already there. How's that cabin in the woods doing, bud? Oh no, Street Fighter is stressful, that's for sure. That is for sure. But yeah, if they would just fucking realize that, and like all the people that are saying like, oh, it's not a right. Yes, it is right now. I've said this before. It's like you have to take one thing. Like it's like, oh, all politicians are bad. Okay, well, that's such a lukewarm fucking take. You're pandering. You're not thinking. You're not using your fucking noodle. Sure. Okay. However, one side wants to kill people like me. You know? For existing. For just existing. They want to kill friends of mine. Because they just have a different skin tone. Or they came to America to have a better life. Only to get fucking dealt this bullshit. If you just fucking realize that we just want to all exist and coexist together, and you, like, it's mind-blowing. But one side is very obviously doing shit, and the other side isn't. This is my left. One side isn't. But they're also not doing anything. We're not doing anything. This side is just digging themselves into their own fucking demise. But we have to take care of one problem before we can take care of other problems. You're putting the cart before the fucking horse. This is a fucking insane amount of horses that we need to put up to this goddamn monster of a cart first. But we need this horse specifically first. So yes, it is a right versus left issue at the present moment. But the big grand scale thing is that once we all come together and people wake the fuck up and realize that it's okay to exist in the same space, if you just get over your fucking prejudices and your goddamn your incomprehensible unintelligence, and you research and you talk to other people and you treat others the way that you want to be treated. Hello. Oh my God. My grandma used to say that to me all the time. But like, do that shit first and then we can do what I want, which is to eat the rich. I'm hungry. I would like to do that sooner rather than later, but everybody is fighting because one side really just can't grasp the concept of let's just fucking get along. And they're just not, like, they're so fixated on hurting others that they're shooting themselves in the foot. It's so fucking, Jesus. Poof. Little bits. Take little bites. You don't eat the whole fucking cake in one setting. We're not fucking snakes. We can't hinge our jaws. You take little bites. Fucking Jesus Christ. So no. It's now become even more of a right versus left. We were for a little while there, for a very brief period of time, perhaps in the early 2000s, perhaps maybe in the 90s, perhaps in the early 2000s, there was a time where we could have shifted into a better dynamic with the two sides. But no, we have now made the divide even stronger. But now there's like 4 factions instead of 2. Does everybody else kind of feel that way? Like now we spread into like 4 different factions? Like the lefts that are like all the minorities, and the lefts that can walk the streets without feeling like they're gonna get, I don't know, hung or shot or stabbed by someone on this side. And then that side is separating into factions too, because it seems like there's ones that are way fucking far out there, and then the ones that are still far out there but are fighting with each, like, because they're not extreme enough. Like, what the fuck? What is this? Yeah, I was gonna say 9/11 was probably gonna be my key point, but I don't know. Yeah, they don't hide it anymore. They're openly vile. Yeah, which I knew whenever Trump got back in. I was like, son of a bitch. I was like, this rhetoric is gonna get so much worse, and we're gonna be so fucking divided. And I was really hoping this point, where we are right now, I was really hoping that this was going to be the halfway marker. And I feel like, I mean, we're not even... It's a demon trying to get out of my body. Get back in there. Like, that's how I feel, is that we're kind of in this state where there's now separating into even smaller factions. All we had to do was just collectively say, fuck this fascist. Goodbye. And all those same people Not a fucking peep about the 2 hangings or the 2 homeless camps that were shot up. Not a fucking peep. And I'm like, okay. 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 I get it. All right. Well, I guess I'm on the fringe of that side. I'm used to it. But it's, I don't even know, guys. Like, this is, it's wild to see this. And I'm seeing people that I thought got it, especially for like minorities, and they just don't got it. They're just not getting it. And they're looking at me like I have fucking 3 heads, and I'm just like, I'm used to being looked at like this. Thank you. Thank you. It's, yeah, silence is complacency. And I'm seeing friends like getting turned on, you know, they're trying to stay fucking neutral. You can't be neutral in these things because you're going to end up alone in the middle of a firefight. Like, firefight. I'm using that as like a, you know, for having people go back and forth. You know, I mean, not physical, but like people are going to have this reality check of like, if you're neutral, then both sides see you as not being on their side. You can't, like, if you're choosing between especially just the right and left situation and saying that you're going to stay in the middle, they're not allowed, like, this is no longer a thing anymore. For the longest time, like, as I was kind of starting to, like, get out of the conservative minds, like the mind, there were still a lot of things I looked at the Conservative Party and I was like, but that's a good policy, genuinely. And so I felt like I would land somewhere in the middle, that I would be able to see, like, you know, both sides. But as things have progressed fast, by the way, it's proven to me that there is no middle ground at all. And I forgot what that thing is called, but like basically this is normal, this is extreme, this is extreme. That Overton window, oh, I remembered. Yes! The Overton window shifted to the extreme far right. So a lot of things that we see they don't resonate as like, oh shit, this is fucked up. The Overton window has shifted so hard that we're witnessing like just some cataclysmic level racism and homophobia and transphobia and everything else. And I mean, we're, like I said, I really hope I'm wrong and every day we don't see something happen, but I fear that might be. Yeah, to please everyone, you please no one, that kind of thing. Yes. Yeah. I had to learn that the hard way whenever I was getting my divorce. That was like the big thing that I really had to learn. And it was one of the hardest lessons, I think, because I'm such a people pleaser. And I believe that if you have like a friend that they're kind of just there all the time. And yeah, a long time ago. But we had like a lot of mutual friends, and I had to, like, I was always hanging out with them and I was always going above and beyond to like make time for them, but they never made time for me, or they really didn't. Like, I was kind of invited, but like I realized that wasn't really my friend circle after all, and that they were taking more of my ex's side. And I had to learn to let go of those friendships and those like things I thought. So And anytime that, like, you know, because my ex-husband wasn't the best to me, he was very emotionally and mentally abusive. And they, you know, they were like, oh, we just want to remain neutral in this. And for the longest time, I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense because, like, this is his and my thing. But, like, the way that they were treating me, I could tell what side they had chosen without telling me. And so that was one of those moments where I was like, okay, I have to learn how to just let go. And I did. I learned how to let go. Some of those people did have some burns that they came out with because I made sure to scorch them on my way out because I was like, am I mean? Few of them definitely deserved it. One girl slept with like both of my exes, like after I did, and then she tried to sleep with Neon's ex as well. And I just say to her, why didn't you just skip the line and go straight to the source like you're trying to get secondhand? Because we would have Eiffel Tower the shit out of you. And it would have been a lot better, especially with my exes. I know. One of them is the most ridden bicycle in our area and the worst ridden one. So, like, you weren't going to get anything out of that one anyways. So, why don't you just go directly to the source, babes? Would have saved you a lot of time. And also, you wouldn't have been scorched. But, alas, she didn't take that. She went the stupid route. And I know what she got at the end of those, and that wasn't fun at all. I wonder if she had to stick shit up my ex's ass like I used to. I don't know what is up with all my exes just wanting shit with their asses, but every time they're like, strap, I'm like, oh, sure, yeah, but I just wasn't expecting that, but okay. I'm just spilling all the tea. I'm looking at all of them. Like, I know your secrets. I know everything. Anyway. That's the tea. I know too much. Well, I have a lot of tea. I have a lot of tea on them, but I'm not going to get into it right now. I just like having I like saying things as they come up naturally because I think a lot of those situations are hilarious. Some not so much. But I have a lawyer for those. So. And she's a goddamn bulldog. It's impressive to watch her work, I'm not gonna lie. Impressive. Whew. Peg City over here, baby. Ooh, ooh. I need to have a sign that says that because goddamn. The amount, like, it was without fail. It was without fail. One ex I did, and I like, one ex I did have to, like, he was like, can you, like, wax my asshole? And I was like, sure, you want to, like, take care of yourself and you can't get back there. I get it. The boy needs to learn how to wipe. And I was too kind to not say anything. So I was like, okay. All right. We're here. We're there. We're doing the thing. I was like, I've been in the medical field. I'm fine. I've seen worse. Your booze mean nothing to me. I've seen what makes you cheer. I fucking love that Rick quote. I love that Rick quote more than anything. Oh yeah, I have so much that I'm like, Jesus Christ. They should have been really, really nice to me on the exit, but none of them were. So I was like, born to shit, forced to wipe. Yeah, I have a friend that made a... Nope. My friend drew it up. I was like, I love that. But yeah, Like the stories I have are in abundance. They come out every so often on stream. I tell stories, things like that. A lot of them are at this point I feel like completely unbelievable because I'm like, why did this all happen to me? Why is it always me specifically that this weird shit happens to? Quite literally. But like the stories I have that date all the way back to 1974. How long have you been 17? A while. I rewatched Twilight today. It's Hoa Hoa season, baby. Of course I'm gonna ratty out. So I watched Twilight today, and I was like, God, this movie is incredible. Like, it's so bad, but it's so incredible. I don't care. Ugh. Also, James, Jesus fucking Christ, that wig on him was terrible. That was a terrible wig. I was quoting it the whole time. I was like, as if you could outrun me! By the way, my windows are wide open. And I'm yelling this. It's like... And I was like, this is the skin of a killer, Bella! Yeah! Like, I'm home by myself during the day. Screaming that to the gods and everyone that can hear me. Like, just quoting Twilight like an absolute psychopath. And then I was like, whenever Rosalie and Emmett came on, I was like, oh my God, it's me and me. It's me and me. Because at one point, I was like, I'm in Twilight groups on Facebook, and I don't care who knows that. But I'm on Twilight groups. And someone was posting about, like, Emmett and Rosalie's, like, backstory or whatever. My Babysitter's a Vampire that's a great movie. That's a great movie. But, I read Rosalie's thing, and I read Emmett's, like, history and, like, their, like, how they are. And I was like, oh, man. I've always said that Emmett was, like, top-tier boy material, and I realize... I'm Emmett, and Emmett is me. Emmett is my boy side, and Rosalie is absolutely my girl side. I think I have a little Alice sprinkled in there, too. So maybe I'd be, like, their, like, bastard child. Not that I'd be a bastard, but I would be a bastard, you know. I am a bastard right now, so. But, yeah, I had done that kind of, like, realization. I was like, oh, my God, I'm both. Because my boy side, definitely himbo. Or I think I might be a girl himbo, and then, like, I think I might be roller reversaling that one. But you piss my boy side off. Be a little monkey man. It's like, oh my God. Anyway, so I was watching Twilight today, so I was doing the Hoa Hoa season right. I already watched Halloween Town. That was the first. That was the first in the rotation. I have the same movies and shit that I watch every year. I don't typically add. I'm probably going to watch Trick or Treat soon. I think I'm going to watch that October 1st. Just because I feel it's right. Soon I will start up my watching Over the Garden Wall with friends. And they're going to have to deal with that. I love doing that. I always make like a whole spread and everything for... Over the Garden Wall and make like food and do all this and that. I don't know how I'm gonna stream doing that, but I'm gonna try. Oh wait, I think my Osmo is like... Methinks that my Osmo is able to do Wi-Fi, so I don't have to actually be hooked up into the computer. I'm gonna have to look into that, because then I can have you guys like while I'm like cooking the food and like prepping the table, like the little like thing that by the like TV or whatever. It's crazy. I go fucking nuts on my Over the Garden Wall like setup to make sure that you have like snacks, and there's like I always make apple cider, And this year, I might take it a step further. I might take it up a fucking full notch, baby. I might actually juice the apples myself and make apple cider, like, from scratch. I think I'm gonna. Oh. Because I did make some apple juice with, what is it? The Fuji apples. I like Fuji apples. But I made it with the Fuji apples, and I was like, oh, this is fucking bomb. Yeah, I'm gonna do this. Yeah, I've already decided. It is decided. I don't know if this is gonna work. No. Do I have my thing open? It's just being cranky. Either way, yeah, I think I might end up doing that for Over the Garden Wall for friends of mine to watch. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited that it's Over the Garden Wall season. And I'm almost done with Greg's Hat, so I'm going to start doing content with them, and I'm really stoked about it. I love how I'm both the brothers. I was supposed to have my ex do Greg. No. Or not Greg, Wirt. And I was going to be Greg, but sometimes you got to just count on yourself. I think what I'm going to do is keep Greg as a girl, like more femme presenting, and use my cute wig and shit. And then I think I'm going to do Wirt with short hair and be a boy. Have I seen Agatha all along? I didn't, because I don't have Disney. But yeah. Hey, 22. But I really, at some point, I'm going to end up getting, like, Disney Plus for, like, a month and then just, like, binge watch those. I just haven't really thought about it or cared enough. Not that I don't like Agatha and I don't like Marvel, but I think I'm burnt out on Marvel enough to be like, because I was going to, watch Loki season 2 whenever it came out immediately. I haven't heard that it came out though, but I haven't had a desire to even look up if it's out, because I'm just burnt out on Marvel at this point. DC is just Scarecrow. DC is just hurting my heart at this point. Looks at Harley Mallet, cries a little. The only thing that they did right is the Harley cartoon, and basically I know everybody's gonna say no on this one, but Suicide Squad, the first one, the second one, and Birds of Prey. I'll give you one hint as to why. And I bet you'd never guess as to what it would be. Anyways. You're working on selling the dice set? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Oh yeah, no, Leia, I know. At some point I will. I'm kind of burnt out. I haven't seen a Marvel movie in a while. I thought about going to Thunderbolts and I was just like, I don't have it in me. I just don't have it in me whatsoever. Most people don't like the first Suicide Squad. Fun random fact, I did not like Harley whatsoever until the first Suicide Squad movie. And I took one look at her and my rage built up all the way into a fucking, like, monsoon of anger. And my friend that has known me since I was a child, and we both stripped together, and she goes, hey Jen, you know that the reason that you're mad and you don't like Harley Quinn? And I was like, what's that? And she's like, it's because she's you stupid bitch. And I was like, oh fuck. And she goes, look at her outfit. And I was like, I'm looking at the Suicide Squad outfit. And she goes, what does that look like? What does that look like to you? And I go, I don't know. And she goes, let me refresh your memory. When you were a stripper, what did you wear? And I go, oh my God, she has my outfit on. And she goes, uh-huh. And I was like, oh shit, you're right. And then I got the Suicide Squad outfit, and it has been absolutely Harley Quinn nonstop ever since. I literally can reach and touch something Harley. This is a Harley jacket. I can, like, any fucking direction, and there's something like red and black, so it will match. Something that, like, it's just so fucking insane. If I stand up, I can reach my mallet. I'm a little too stumpy for that. No, wait! Still in frame. It's an obsession. It's an obsession. How about Superman? Haven't seen it. Been a Harley fan since the animated series. She's always stuck with me as a character. That's fair. Like, for me, I just did not like her. And once my best friend said that, I was like, you could be onto something. That could be a thing. Perhaps. Oh, not even close. We're not there yet. And especially with, like, yeah, we'll chit chat, but like it's way too early for me to figure stuff out because I haven't even gotten the hotel, haven't done anything, so like I have a lot that I have to get prepped for before I can like like even think about that. Like right now, I'm thinking of like October, so we're not even like October. There's nothing except for October. So yeah, that's kind of that thing. But what was I saying? Now I'm thinking of October. Oh, Birds of Prey is so underrated. I was like, Harley, duh. Yeah, Birds of Prey is so fucking underrated. It is so good. It is so good. And what's crazy is that in Birds of Prey, so like I watched Suicide Squad. I was with my ex-husband. I was really like going through a lot of, you know, emotional and mental abuse and just kind of like trying to feel like myself again. And that's whenever I started doing Harley, and I made my ex-husband dress up as Joker. For one, he did not want to do it. I'll just give him that. He didn't want to do it, but I talked him into it. I started to feel Harley, and I was like, okay. And as I was like clawing out of these depths, I was like, our relationship fell apart in 2020. I made all my OCs and found myself through them and Harley, and just started to speak out more and be like, hey, you need to treat me better. And he's like, you need to do this more, and you need to do, and I was like, I literally can't focus and function as a human being to be able to help you with anything that you need, because I'm being so like, I don't have that spoon anymore, or those spoons anymore. So Harley, Black Canary, and Huntress, absolutely. So as our relationship failed and I was moving out, I got asked to introduce and to like do the Alamo Draft House and introduce the film. And I was like, holy shit, this is incredible. And so I did it that weekend, and I don't know if I still have it. No, I think it's actually on my refrigerator. But there is this like little girl that came up to me, and of course I'm in Harley accent, everything the whole time. She ended up making her mom drive her back the next day to give me a little like plate bear that she had made me like the second that she got home, and I still have it. It's like on my fridge. Like anytime that kids have made me something, it's so fucking cute. And like I love being that like person that gets to bring this character to life for them. So it sparks something in my heart that just makes me like just happy. Like happy to be able to do that, because I wasn't being paid for this. Like I was just doing it. They asked me to do it, and I asked them for like seats in return. So like I had an aisle for each night, and had friends go to it. And as we were sitting there, every single time that when Harley switches from the roller skates to sneakers, or from sneakers to roller skates, and Black Canary goes, how'd she change so fast? How did she change so fast? Every single night, both nights that I had friends in the row, they all went like this at me and looked at me. And I was like, and what was even crazier is that Birds of Prey was the first movie that I made every single outfit minus the one slight snippet of her tattooing her leg. That was the only outfit that I didn't have at the time that movie came out. Everything else I had for a year prior to that movie. I was the first person that made the caution tape jacket. I was the first person that made every outfit. Everyone was coming to me for help on shit. And I was just like, I love this! Like, I took it as a personal challenge because I wanted to see if I could make every single outfit that she had based off of grainy stills from streets, like people taking photos on the street. And I fucking nailed every one of them. It is my proudest moment. It is my proudest accomplishment, to where I was like, I got eagle eyes, and I didn't realize this, because even the star bodysuit that she had, I was able to tell what color every star was. And that photo was grainy as shit, dude. I don't know how the fuck I was able to figure it out, but there was like one star that was like very, very light, and I was like, but it had a slight different coloration than another one that was almost white, and I was like, that's gonna be light pink and that's gonna be yellow. And I was fucking right. And I was like, yes, fucking yes. Like, it was insane. The J necklace, and I was like, hey, here's my initial. It was crazy. But yeah, so anyways, went off on that tangent. It is a happy tangent, it does matter. But did the movie and everything, and my I apologize, this was like as the relationship is failing, and you know, it was coming up on 2020. Birds of Prey comes out, 2020 hits, everything shuts down, our relationship completely over by the time that 2020, like by the time that COVID stuff starts, you know, allowing people to come back. And Alamo Drafthouse did a Birds of Prey breakfast screening, and I went to it, and this was after I had moved out, after I had dealt with all of the shit that I dealt with, and this was over. I went to that film by myself because I was like, I'm gonna cry, I know it. And the whole time, from start to fucking finish, I was crying. Because I was like, this is my film right now. This is the moment in time in which I am in my life. Like, this is my Birds of Prey time. Now I'm in my Poor Things time. I'm in my Poor Things era. I got the long ass brown. Well, it's reddish, but we're brown. We got the brown going on. But I'm in my Bella Baxter era. Now I'm just like, what did you say? Like, just ignoring men as I'm just reading a book, but there's a phone in there that I'm scrolling through TikTok. Don't let me fool you. I'm not reading. I want to. Or it's an audiobook, but whatever. A kid stopped dead in their tracks and said you were beautiful and you never fucking forgot. I love that. But yeah, like, it was one of those time periods where I was like, this movie will forever resonate with me in such a deep, meaningful way. And then fucking Suicide Squad came out. And I had just... I was in a bad, like, another bad relationship because I wasn't fixing or healing myself. I was just... relationships are my drug, baby. Like, I was just like, get another one in there, like, let's fucking go. And I was already in another shitty situation, and when Harley, like, shoots the dude, I mean, it's like a huge scene that is all over the internet, but whenever she shoots the prince or whatever, and she's like, I made myself a promise. Anytime that a man showed a red flag, I'd kill them. Like that one. And I was just like, and I remember sitting in that theater and I started crying, and I was like, not kill them, but I'm going to cut them completely out. And that was the moment where I was like, oh my God, she has literally had this journey with me at the same time. Literally, Harley Quinn has she took me on a journey while I was simultaneously taking her on a journey. So she's like my 1,000% ride or die character now because of that. Like, she's definitely my boy side. He's getting in his Scarecrow era, so we're going back into that era, but now I get to be both, not realizing. But her prison breakout scene was absolutely iconic, and I do like a little tidbit of my OCs, like some of the stuff that's going to be in the book. But Veronica, which is Queen Castella's best friend, she's in the yellow. She was a Hufflepuff OC. I took out Hufflepuff, so she's just a witch OC. She still has her jacket, but you know, once Hufflepuff wears off the back, and I'll probably have like a badger on things just as like a nod to it, because listen, Hufflepuffs are the stoners of the entire fucking crew. The only house that you don't get to see, and we're discrediting the fucking video game. They had to put it in there, but listen, the reason that Hufflepuff's common room is never ever seen by anyone else but a Hufflepuff is because there's things growing in there that we are not allowed to show you. Anyway. So, Veronica, one of the things that she does is she gives everybody jewelry or something that is kind of like a you know, help them roll extra, or help them, give them powers and shit like that. Stella, one of her rings is so if the castle is under attack, Stella is my flesh tone Twi'lek, my hippie Twi'lek. She's the one that's going to be hanging out with little Grogu. She's going to be that one. Stella wanted something to keep everyone from freaking out in the times if the castle gets, you know, invaded, right? Stella activates her ring, and it makes everything, like all blood, all guts, all gore, all the nastiness turn into flowers. And I got that idea from Harley, because in that scene, that's what they're kind of doing, is that, like, she's disassociating. So, like, all the blood and stuff is turning into flowers. Well, Stella makes it to where there's a wave of calm that goes over everyone that's not affected. So, like, if you know, Libby is going fucking nuts on a dude because, like, he's infiltrated the space, Libby happened to be right there. Libby's doing fucking wild shit. Libby's not affected because Libby is, you know, needing to rage out, right? So it kind of affects everybody that she needs it to affect. But that was my whole idea, and that's the little nod. So if anybody ends up reading it or whatever, whenever I get it written and everything, but that's where that comes from, is that's the nice little Harley Quinn nod and a wink to her, and it's Stella that has that as like the little nod and wink. You ordered fruit. Yay! You should eat, because fuck that, dude. Ravenclaw all day. Ravenclaw is great. I do have a theory about Luna Lovegood, because I don't believe that she's a Ravenclaw. And hear me out. Hear me out. I almost feel like Luna is a Hufflepuff, but she just kind of stumbled in like high one night, stumbled into Ravenclaw and then just kind of like stayed over there. But she's actually a Hufflepuff, and that's why she's always like a little blitzed. She is my Patronus, though. Like, fucking Luna Lovegood, that's my girl. That's my fucking girl. I want you to know, I went and saw the first Harry Potter in theaters. When they were doing the Quidditch Cup, and it pans over and it shows Luna in that fucking monstrosity of a hat, the way I scream laughed in that theater, and it was dead ass quiet, and I just fucking was taken over by joy because of this hat, that I just scream laughed. I was like, ah! Like, it fucking insane. Your Patronus is fluffy, and I will not elaborate. You know what, though? It's true. I get it. But yeah, Luna, I really think that she's like, she's staying in Ravenclaw, but like she was originally a Hufflepuff, but she just kind of like, what's over here? I always feel like my nose ring's doing the thing again. Oh, there's something in there. I might have to pop it off. Yep. Don't you hate nose rings sometimes? There we go. Anyway. Going off on tangents, you know, no big deal. You're glad that you tried? Yeah, because you couldn't do it. Honestly, this one was the easiest piercing I think I've had. My nose feels like whenever you bonk your nose, like, and it goes up a little bit, that's what that felt like. Lip, it just felt like whenever you bite your lip. My belly buttons, not bad. Those were like middle of the road. Whenever I had these puppies done before they migrated out, because that never healed on me for whatever reason. And some people are like, oh, it's because you really needed to have like this specific type of steel or like 14 karat gold or something, because your body was rejecting the metal. And I was like, okay, that makes sense. But that, they're like, you could always try it again. And I was like, no, I can't. I'm gonna be a hundo with you. I almost passed out after the second one. And I don't just pass out. Like, I apparently went green because I was like, it was bad. I was laying down, but I looked horrible. It was so painful. And then every single fucking ex that I ever had after that, during that time period, fucking Jesus Christ, magnets they were. Where they'd pull them. And I was like, this is why they're not healing. I swear to God, this is why. It was horrible. Piercing, not that. I was like, I'm fine with piercing, but not that. No. I'm now more in a tattoo kind of like pain phase, but yeah, with that, it was just like, I can't do this. It was, I don't think I could ever get that piercing again. It's just too much. I see it. It's not under my nose. Oh, I got it. Holy shit. I saw it swaying like right here on my nose and I was like, oh, got it. Ink therapy. Yeah, at this point, I don't know what I get, so I'm just gonna sit for a while, unless I get like my arms or whatever. I thought about getting like under here, but I know that that's gonna hurt like hell, and I already have my sides done, so I'm just like, I don't know if I'm willing to go down that road and get like under boob done. I love these tattoos, but I also any like neck stuff, to me, it's the way I like the separation of like my mask self and my femme self. And I feel like if I were to get a neck tattoo, I think that like it would fuck with me. Only gender fluid people could probably get this, but like it's so weird. Like if I wake up in the morning, there's times where I'm like, I feel neutral, or I feel like femme, or I feel mask. And I feel like if I see the neck being like that every day, I'm going to be like, I'm just going to shave my head. Fuck it. Like, I think I'll just paint my neck, use body color cosmetics. Because that's what I did yesterday. I didn't want it, like, I wanted it to be kind of like streaky yesterday. And I was like, I'm glad that I did it like that. Because it looks kind of, I think if it was darker, it wouldn't look as good with that shirt. So. You hope that there aren't cheap tattoos at the con. I'll always go up to those booths and I'll look, and I'm like, no. I think if I was a betting gal, which I'm not, I would honestly bet that if I'm going to get a tattoo at a con, it's probably going to be MagFest, and it's probably going to be the Danny DeVito tattoo. Thank you. I definitely really enjoyed a neck tattoo would not enhance your chances in life, just friendly advice. No, I get that. I like the jobs that I would get, I wouldn't be able to have that, but also it fucks with my gender. So I'd be like, no. But yeah, I loved the way I looked yesterday. I was like, yeah, this is good. This is some good shit. Oh, Soot Sprite with the candy corn. That's so cute. Yeah, all my tattoos minus like my little hand one, but yeah, most of the time you don't even see it. But yeah, I've always been a person that's like, actually, I just realized. I technically do have 2 neck tattoos. I just realized that. I do this every fucking time. I forget I have tattoos on my neck. I was like, wait a second. Hold on. I was like, oh yeah, I got this. My little Ariana Grande moon and then my Erlenmeyer flask. I don't know if you heard my back pop, but it definitely popped. And I was like, oh wait, technically, I do have a neck tattoo. And I always forget about it. I forget about both of them until I see them randomly. I'm like, oh my god, what the fuck is that? Oh yeah. Tattooed. Duh. So stupid. But yeah, as far as that goes, I'll probably just keep her normal. Do the thing. But yeah, so crazy. But I if they did have tattoos at the con, maybe. But I kind of want to hold out for Danny. I want a Danny DeVito tattoo if I'm going to do anything. I feel like he's not going to be problematic. But I worry that if I get that tattoo... But it's Danny DeVito. He's such an angel. Like, I don't feel like that... Right? Please someone tell me. Please tell me he's still cool and he's not going to do anything terrible. I don't think he will. Like, the Always Sunny crew feels like they're all, like, really... Yeah, I know what you meant, Simon. I was just fucking with you. I was just like, oh, yeah. Like, every now and then I'm like, I would never get a neck tattoo. And then I'm like, oh, wait... Technically. So silly. Ridiculous. Think he's fine. Yeah, I think Danny DeVito is fine, but I do plan to do one cosplay for MagFest for sure. I just have to get it, like, all put together, which is going to be very easy. But I'm going to do Ongo Globogian, the art collector. And then I'm going to hand out little mini, like, the art that he buys for, like, the million or whatever. I just want to, like... Oh my god. Hilarious, Leia. But I want to give away, like, little pieces of the art that he had. And just, like... This I love. It's just so stupid. I did that audio with one of my OCs, and I still, like, that's still one of my favorites. That's still one of my favorites that I've done. And it's the dumbest fucking thing I've ever... It's just dumb. It's really dumb. Gotta go, alright! Have a good night! But yeah, I love MagFest. We were talking about it yesterday, too. It's just such a unique experience. it's such a unique experience. And so, yeah, I think that would be what I would do. But I'd try to get like a very, very like early appointment or a very, very late appointment, so I could try to like not have that as be like my whole day. But I really think that it would be funny. Oh, actually, there's only one time that I got tattooed that I wasn't basically cosplaying the character that I was getting tattooed as. Fun fact, I went to get my Scarecrow tattoo in Scarecrow. I went and got my Over the Garden Wall tattoo in Greg. I think that those are the only two that are like themed, other than my Poor Things tattoo that says sugar and violence. But I didn't really count that one as a thing. I wish I could have, but it was on a whim, and it was like after my dad had passed and I had taken care of like all this shit, and just was like, this is the tattoo for the time. Like, this is exactly what needs to go on my body, like, immediately. And I had been thinking about it for a while, and then this was like the moment that it was like the right moment. But I considered it, like, I dressed, you know, I still had like my brown hair, like my long brown hair, so I'm gonna count it as a technicality. Hey, Abby! But I'm just gonna count it as a technicality because of the long brown hair, and I kind of did my makeup like her and tried to like get that vibe a little bit. But about to head to Jersey. Well, safe travels. I hope it's not for anything like bad. You have a sad face. That makes me worry. Everything okay? I hope everything's okay. But yeah, so I'm gonna count it by technicality. But I could get tattooed as like an Ongo Globlogian or a Danny DeVito tattoo as I'm dressed up as that. Oh, an Indian wedding. I think that would be fun. I know they go on forever, but I would love that. I love partying. It's Jersey. I mean, that's a good point. That's a good point. Ship you something through Abby Express. Jesus Christ. Abby Express one day. But yeah, that's a good point. It is Jersey, so I guess, yeah, you're right on that one. You're right. What was I saying? I don't even know what I was saying. Fuck. Hey, welcome back. What about Jersey? Oh, Abby's sad that he's going to Jersey because it's Jersey. And I said, I agree. You guys' roads are wild. All right, Abby, have a good night. Safe travels. Yeah, and it's actually 7, so I'm jumping off here too because I got some stuff. Yeah, Jersey roads. Jersey roads are something else. That's for goddamn sure. Woo! Nuts. I knew that they were crazy. I just never drove in them, and whenever I drove in them, I was like, Jesus fucking Christ, this is nuts. This is fucking insane. But yeah, anyways. Let's see. Yep. Tomorrow is Thursday, so I will be here 5 p.m. Eastern time, as per usual. However, Friday, no stream. Got Jordan Klepper tickets, so I'm gonna go watch the Klep do some stand-up comedy. I'm really stoked. I splurged and got like kind of close-ish to the stage. The tickets weren't like super bad. They're like, I think they were like $120, but that's like normal ticket prices now, so I guess like not bad. But anyways, I'm really stoked to go see him and see what he has to joke about and kind of be in the mix of other people that are like-minded and, you know, enjoy his comedy. So it's just gonna be nice. I'm gonna have a nice day. So Friday, no stream. Otherwise, I'm gonna be back, baby. I'll be here tomorrow and on Monday, 5 p.m. Eastern time. If you are not checking out my other social medias, please, dear God, do that. JennaSayWhat.com/links. All of my links are on that page, and if you could give me a follow on Instagram, I would greatly appreciate it because I'm back in 10.9k purgatory. What the fuck? Why? Anyways, I will see you guys tomorrow at 5 p.m. I might be a little bit late because I am doing an interview because I will possibly be a guest at a convention soon. Possibly. We'll see. Everybody fingers crossed. Anyways, I will see you guys tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. Everybody, stay safe out there. Drink your water. Eat your vitamins. Oh, fuck. I gotta eat my vitamins today. Fuck. Fuck fascism and stay safe out there. Things are crazy. Keep your head on a swivel. I love you all. See you later. Bye.